Hello everyone. Joining us today we have Pinn. Dave is an international filmmaker based in Los Angeles. His film I'm gonna tell God Everything won many international awards. Screenings including IFFI Goa. He's currently exploring virtual production technology for one of his film projects. So, without any further delay, let's listen to Mr. Dave speaking about filmmakers' perspective on virtual production with Unreal Engine. Thank you so much, Dave. We're really honored to have you. Uh, Please.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dev Pinn. I'm called as Dev Pinn in Hollywood. So I started my film career in Los Angeles. I made a few films, and my last film, I made a film called "I'm Gonna Tell God Everything." It is based on Syrian war actually. But we don't have permissions to shoot in Syria, so I have to cheat Syria in Los Angeles, and we are able to achieve it, and that film is recognized, and we got a lot of awards. So I always have the instinct of thinking very big and creating different worlds and making films on that. So after that, so at that time there was I don't know about virtual production technology. So, but we are able to do some sort of like art direction and able to achieve what we imagine. So after that, so I have one more project actually. This time it's a bigger project. So that is having a big periodicity from 900 AD to World War. So it need lot of setups. So that was my dream project, and I was doing a lot of research on the script from very long time. So I was about to do some other film actually, but due to COVID, I couldn't do that, and I have a lot of time to do some research on virtual production technology. So, so we finally we started our research, and we build a lot of virtual sets, and we explored and we tried to shoot some demo. So we are I think we are partially successful. So we use different types of virtual production. We try to use LED wall, and we try to use a Pinn mat, and we have directly composed it in Unreal Engine asset. So finally I'm able to achieve with a very limited budget. I'm able to achieve a 2.5 minute demo. So which will be very good use case for virtual production. So I want to show that a little bit.
ఇప్పటి వరకు ఏ విదేశీ శక్తి జయించలేకపోయింది. ఆ విజయ రహస్యం ఈ నగరం పవిత్రమైన స్వస్తికాకారంలో నిర్మింపబడటం. గమనించారా? ఈ గుర్తు మన స్వస్తికకు వ్యతిరేక దిశలో ఉంది. స్వర్ణగిరి రాజ్యాన్ని మొట్టమొదటిసారి జయించింది నేను. ఇది అసలైన స్వర్ణగిరి. ఇవన్నీ కాకతాళీయంగా జరిగిన సంఘటనలు కాదు. కొన్ని వందల సంవత్సరాల క్రితం మొదలైన ఒక యుద్ధం. అప్పుడు ఆగిపోయిందనుకున్న యుద్ధం 1000 సంవత్సరాల తరువాత మళ్ళీ మొదలయ్యింది.
This is the most powerful symbol in the world.
నివాసులు మన మీదకి దండెత్తి వస్తున్నారు. ఈ దునియాని జయించిన వాడు వీళ్ళేం చేయగలరు? ఒక్కొక్కసారి శాంతిని ప్రతిష్టాపన చేయడానికి కూడా కత్తి పట్టాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఇది ఒక పవిత్ర యుద్ధం. ధర్మానికి వ్యతిరేకంగా వెళ్ళిన వాడు గెలిచినట్టు చరిత్రలో లేదు.
Yeah, Krishnaveni, are you able to see it, right?
Yeah, okay. We could see the visual.
So how is the quality?
It was good.
Thank you. So is the screen sharing? I want to share some images.
Okay.
Okay.
Which image?
No, there's a folder. Yeah. So this is what, like, we have shot using. Yeah. Okay. Project. So actually, sharing is going on, right? Yeah. So the virtual production. So this is what we shot, like, using, like, so we are not able to shoot like with the complete one, like, virtual production. There are different types, like, we have used, like, so we started with the pre-visualization. We have a script and a storyboard, and later on, like, we have a tech whiz. So I'm just telling a filmmaker's perspective. I'm not, like, too techie for, like, a VFX guy. So later on, like, we started our production design. Okay, so the production design will be like 2 phases. There will be something called foreground production design. So this is our LED wall, and this is the production design we created to create a more impactful thing. And so this is one of the art direction what we have done in the foreground. So we designed the helmets and the costumes using 3D. So after that, like, so then we have to, like, we have a visual virtual art. So where, like, we have seen the first part of the video. That's virtual set we have built in completely in Unreal Engine, and there is one more fort, like, which belongs to the villain. Even that is built in virtual, and even the Hitler's bunker is a virtual set, and also, like, most of the things, like, almost all of them are, like, built in Unreal Engine. So, and that's the most important phase, actually. So like, let us come to define what it is now. So first of all, I just jump started with what I have and what we shot. So now I'm just, like, I'm trying to analyze the definitions, and I heard that, like, 1989 there was the first virtual production committee was formed, and from there, like, the definitions, a lot of people define virtual production in different ways. So in my simple definition, like, virtual production is a technology where the live and the virtual world meets. It will facilitate the filmmakers to see what they are going to shoot even before, actually. So the main problem with the most of the projects these days, like, I'm speaking about very big projects. Most of them use a lot of VFX, and so we'll be shooting against green screen, and we doesn't know where we are shooting, and there will be a lot of imagination required, and there will be, like, for the DOP, for the director, and for the editor, and everybody, like, they have to struggle a lot to visualize, and they don't know what they're going to get. So if it is a virtual production is completely set up in 100% environment, what we see, what we get. I mean, like, for example, we can see, for example, this is what we can see. At least we'll know, like, what we are shooting, and what is the angle and all. So this will facilitate the users, like, the filmmaker, to visualize better. Sorry. Okay. So that's the definition, of what I understood. So if this project, may not be possible without, Unreal Engine and, some pieces of virtual production, which facilitated me to shoot it in a very quick and very effective way at and the time. Even in the single day we are able to do a lot of set change. The same day we have shot 980 Hitler's bunker and some other temple. So that is the real beauty of using Unreal Engine and virtual production. So see, one thing what virtual production enforces us to do is to be prepared. So the pre-production is the whole. Most of the effort which goes into the production is moved into pre-production. The sets are built before the shoot. In most of the VFX projects, they shoot against green mat, and the development will be the set building will be done later. But if in this pipeline, so the sets are built in advance, and there are three major ingredients of this virtual production. One is using the Unreal Engine, and we use the camera trackers, and we use the green mat or the LED screen. So once the sets are built, and we will be displaying them on the LED wall, and we're using a camera tracker, and the actors will be standing at the foreground, and it will be like a seamless shooting can happen, because those are the sets which are built in Unreal Engine are called interactive sets. It's like a gaming engine. So the movements of the camera, there will be a camera inside the Unreal Engine that has to be synchronized with the real-time camera, and the flexibility of the movements what we get, and the physics can be effectively followed, and the type of the camera movements we get in virtual production are phenomenal. So in the whole process, actually, there may be a lot of different parts, okay, which has to be fitted when we have to do a lot of research, and we have a lot of hiccups in the initial days, in setting up. Yeah. Yeah. So in the initial stages, the most biggest challenge is the LED wall, so which is very expensive, and we need to have a lot of factors to be considered when we project something in LED wall. There will be a controller system, and there has to be some other middleware which will make the LED wall talk to the Unreal Engine setup. So that's one of the most important challenge. But with the beauty of shooting in the LED wall is what you see, what you get. On the spot, we can get the output with a little bit of post production. We can use it. So we also tried few parts using green mat with virtual production. At least we are able to see what we are. We have a live composition with what we can see what we are going to get. But there will be a little bit of more effort in the post production. So that will be slowly, even Unreal has a plugin called Composer, which will facilitate a easy compositing, and there are a lot of other tools which we can use to extract the data. And in the third way, in some parts of the project, we have to shoot in a straight green mat, and we have to compose Unreal Engine due to some reasons. So finally, I am able to understand the whole life cycle, and I think in the future, every project will have three different parts of shoot. Actually, some parts can be shoot in the complete virtual production with LED wall, and some parts can be shot against the green mat, but with the virtual production setup and camera tracking technology. And few of the shots, even if we shoot on green mat itself, using Unreal Engine, building the set in advance, we always have an advantage to visualize, and where you're shooting. And see, the biggest advantage of building an Unreal set in Unreal is they are interactive. See, we built a very big set. If you see the first shot of the project, there will be 9 temples in 100 acres of land, They form the shape of swastika. In the single shot, we are able to accomplish, the camera rises up and they are in the shape of the swastika. Okay, I think like in live action, this will be very tough to achieve because we don't have a cut in the middle. So they have to really build, and they may have to look like a swastika from the top. So that's a very Herculean task we are able to achieve by using Unreal Engine. So once you see, for example, I have built that 100 acres of set with nine temples, a city in the shape of swastika. So now I can shoot anywhere in this temple. It's like I'm having the physical asset in my town. So that's the real advantage of using Unreal Engine and building sets and using. So and also while I shoot, so it's very interactive. In my words, when you shoot a master shot, the other inserts will be taken care, very easily because Unreal Engine remembers the whole positions, and that's an interactive set. So that's the real beauty. So the shooting speed can be very fast when compared to other regular live action shoot. So in the different phases, there are some departments we need to train a little bit. For example, if you take actors, so we have to give different kinds of instructions to the actors because of the camera tracking technology, and at least they can see. I think it's easy for actors to shoot before an LED wall because they know they can feel the world in which they are because of the LED wall. And in the art direction, actually, we need a different kind of art direction production design because of foreground. If you create some objects in the foreground which matches with the background, so it will create more realistic effect. You see that we are erecting some pillars, and color them in the shape. And we have, if you observe in the shoot, we have a platform. We have a platform where we painted it in the color of color of the fort, so that it will be so this is one second, the platform. Let me show you the platform. Okay. Mm, yeah. Yeah, this is the platform I'm talking about. So this is made this color to match the set we build in Unreal Engine. Okay, this is the so this can be as simple as just coloring the wall, or it may be more complicated, depending on the shot. Okay, so that's one of the most important phase of any virtual production project, which will make us. So this is our actors, we are preparing. So this is our Hitler. So we did a lot of preparation for all this stuff. So pre-visualization, actually, see, we generally call previs. So initially, what they asked for a previs, and they gave them on a storyboard, but they said it's not enough. There is something called tech viz, because the physics, you have to try on the physics, which is how the camera is going to move, or where actually the characters are to be stand, the distance between the wall, a lot of other factors we need to take care when we are shooting before an LED wall. The most important thing is the pitch of the wall of the LED which we are using. There are different pitches from 2.6, 2.9, 1.8. As how small the pitch is, the more effective the virtual production is. There will be something called viewing distance. We cannot shoot 3 feet. We cannot go beyond 3 feet from the LED wall, because if you are using a pitch of 2.9 or something. So they like that. There are a lot of factors which we need to consider, and the actors and all for it. And the DOP. So the DOP has a very, very important role in this project, because even while building the set. So this is my DOP, he's coloring the set. Okay, because We are doing everything like before in advance. So when we build set, the lighting has to be again a DOP thing. Even it's not a physical lighting, we have to. The DOP has must have an eye and um, prepare for the. And he will be working even in the pre-production. Actually, this is that's the real wonder. It will enforce like so. And also like this is one of the testing of our LED wall. So this is a 2.9 LED wall. It's almost like shot from 2 feet from the LED wall. It almost looks like a real temple. Actually, this is an LED wall. So like all the DOP has to be like aware of all the different pieces, starting from LED wall, the building of the sets, and the lighting inside the sets, and the third one is about the camera tracking technology, the movement of the virtual Unreal Engine camera, and it has to be in sync, and he has to talk with the Unreal Engine people in the camera tracker, and you need to understand. And also, there is a big hassle about the different types of lenses we are using actually. So each tracker solution has different data. Some trackers accept some lenses very easily. There is something called lens data, so which has to be like pulled from the camera. So even there will be two parameters. One is like the camera movement, and the second one is the lens movement. So the both has to be captured in like online, like on the spot, so that like we can achieve the interactive and what you see get what we see what we get. Or if not, even we shoot in the like green screen virtual production also. There has to be capturing of this data, and it can be used in the offline to do a quick compositing. So this is how the LED wall looks. This is our set which you just have seen. So this is the foreground art direction. So DOP, the production design, live compositing, preparing the actors. Yeah, so there is like depend basing on the camera tracking technology we use. So there are different trackers, like some trackers enforces, so there will be some stickers which has to be put to the ceiling, so that the whole area will be tracked. And so there will be some trackers which will be like directly they can run anywhere. They are not like studio restricted. So there will be some piece of work which need to be done, like to track the whole area, basing on the camera tracking technology. There are different vendors in the market, so we have to choose. Yeah. So yeah, this is all. Krishnavani, do you have any question?
So unfortunately, we don't have any time for the Q&A, Dave. I'm really sorry. It's already 6 p.m. So
Oh, okay. So 6 p.m. Okay. Okay. So can we wind up? Give me 1 minute.
yeah. So it was a great session. Actually, it was quite insightful. So hoping we could have you in the next year's session as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, like I can answer offline. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dave,
Thank you.
for joining.